Hey everyone, this is Diane Gehart and my son Michael. And Michael is studying or preparing to take his black belt test on July 10th. And he's been doing karate since he was 4. He will be turning 12. Yeah, he was 4. 12 a week before he takes this test. So it's been an 8-year journey to this belt. And he's really behaving like a black belt right now.
Isn't it slightly less than 8 years? Because
you started.
We started during the school year. I remember that.
It was during the school year.
I remember. Yeah.
Okay, so it is like 7 3/4 years.
That's okay.
Okay. Anyway, I'm rounding. Teenage years are right ahead. Anyway, so you're taking this test on July 10th. And then strangely enough, I'm taking a big test on July 21st because I'm taking my national MFT exam. And as I've been teaching this Laugh Your Way to Licensure course, I use the metaphor of, preparing for licensure is best approached like breaking a board. So can you explain to folks how to break a board? Because you just broke 3 of them for the first time doing a flying sidekick.
Yeah, so breaking 3 boards, which is like a sapling, in midair is not easy. So the way I do it is follow through. You have to push through the board. Something today, one of the black belts in the class, I asked him what his secret was, and he said, pretend there isn't a board there. Just pass through it.
Mm-hmm. And I think I've also heard people say, because that kind of fits.
Aim for behind the board, yeah.
Yeah, it's like aim for behind the board, and it's interesting. The black belt today was saying, act like there's not even a board there, and just you're hitting what's behind it. Just aim for it. And so, what I like about that metaphor is that if you're studying for a licensure exam, this is like this high stakes exam. It's a 4-hour exam and you have 200 questions and they're not easy, to be honest. And so people get really, really stressed out because they want to get licensed and all that stuff. And so, but here's my thought is that if you're studying for the exam, right, and you're just studying to pass the exam and your focus is on passing, it's like focusing on breaking the board because you get so anxious about breaking the board or passing the test that you're not focusing on the right thing, which in the case of licensing is focusing on becoming more competent, using this whole process to become more competent. And to focus on that because it keeps your anxiety down, and then whether or not you pass, you still have won something because hopefully you feel more competent from all that study. So, since we're on the whole topic of preparing and studying for big tests, why don't you just, would you be willing to share? Because I was realizing it's been with this weird parallel process of watching you prepare for your black belt. As you know, I'm preparing for licensure, helping other folks prepare for licensure, and I realize there's some similarities. So why don't you just share some of your study tips?
Well, I'm not the best studier.
Oh, studier? I'm sorry.
I'm not the best, practicer.
Practicer, yes. I said yes.
Yes. So, but my study, one of the main things is, studying is good. It's great. But even when you're not studying, if you're, doing the dishes or cooking a meal or something that doesn't really require your full attention, for me, class. You just think about what you're going to be doing, and you can either think about the test itself, which made me less nervous because it's the black belt is oh no, I'm going to fail, and I think about what's going to happen on the test, and I'm they have no reasonable way to fail me. I know the karate, I'm not terrible at it, I'm pretty reasonably determined about it. It's not I'm black belt, yeah, I'm not even gonna practice. I practice quite a bit. So they have no reasonable way to pass me, so that made me less nervous about the test.
We call that positive self-talk.
Logical self.
Logical. That's what my son calls it. He's a very logical kid.
Well, yeah, and as logically they're probably going to fail me, then it wouldn't be positive, it would be negative. So. And then, or you could think about what the material is on the test. So, like, I would think about my forms, which is like sequences of kicking and punching, and then I would think about my self-defense, which is sequences of kicking and punching in response to another sequence of kicking, punching, or grabbing. There's also throwing involved. And
this is different than therapy. Keep going.
And then, or my kicking combinations, which is a sequence of kicking and punching, which is pretending to be in response to another series of kicking and punching that doesn't have throwing involved.
Wow. So basically, your mental rehearsal.
But yes,
even when you're not sitting there studying, you're reflecting on it, you're putting the pieces together. In your case, you're actually doing a rehearsal.
And with karate, I don't know if it's like this with licensure, but with karate, I can think about why is that move there? Because karate is really interesting, like, in the lower ranks, so like white belt to red belt, you're learning the techniques. But in the higher ranks, once you get a black belt, I was invited to black belt class before I got a black belt to prepare me. You learn about why those techniques are there. It's great. Like, in one of my forms, Basai, there's a technique where you punch, and then you turn around and do like a bottom fist, right? So like that. And then on Wednesday, I learned you're grabbing the person, you're baseball bat throwing them, and then you're pow, pow, and then you're stepping on them. Well, I don't think that's technically part of the sequence, but still. But there's a lot of like deeper meaning, and like, why are those techniques there helps me to remember the techniques.
Well, that sort of brings us all the way back to the beginning in terms of like where you focus your energy. And so when you're studying, I think for the licensing exam, and like what you're saying they're learning in black belt class is you have the why, you're focusing on the knowledge, and that as you focus a little bit further down the road, or at a higher purpose maybe is a better way to think of it, it's easier to stay on track and achieve your goals.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, let's pause there. That was fun, Michael. Thanks for cheering everyone on. Wish them luck on their test.
Yeah, good luck, guys. Wish me good luck, too.
Yeah, because everyone's wishing you good luck, too, I'm
sure.
sure.
Woohoo! Yeah!
Okay. Good luck to everyone.
Awesome, yeah.
Bye.
Bye.